Hey friends, welcome back. I am here waiting for a meeting that I am very anxious about, a work meeting. And so I just got out my little piece that I've been working on for the mother wound workshop. And because of this meeting today, I've taken a pause on the mother wound workshop. So it'll probably be another week or so. I had this opportunity to be on a podcast talking about this thing that I do for work called the Safe and Sound Protocol. It's really cool. I think two of you saw that I posted a video, but then the video wasn't like it recorded the wrong thing. So I took it down because I haven't quite figured out how to use YouTube for like if I want to give someone a video, but I think I figured it out. You just have to put it unlisted or like private. Anyways, so I made this whole video yesterday, but it wasn't right. So, oh well. But I'm extremely nervous for this meeting. And so I thought, what better to do than a little slow stitching? And then I thought, you know what? Let me just tell you all about it because this is the thing that I think we need to support each other in is that, in these anxious moments, you can take care of yourself. You can get out your stitching. You can do something that will make you feel better, and you don't need to like be doing something that's extremely fabulous to make it worth just doing a little bit of stitching. You can just be doing something very simple. I loved Lizzie Brewer's last video, and she talked about just the in and out stitch. You can call it a million things, but they all sound more complicated than it really is. It's just in and out, and that this in and out stitch is it's literally therapeutic. It's so calming. And what's hilarious is that the thing that I'm going to be teaching this person about, or talking about on the podcast is about calming your nervous system. And I'm like totally anxious. Um, so it is what it is. But also, friends, someone commented on one of my videos like yesterday or the day before. They put like out of, I don't even know what it was, like out of the screen or like not centered or something. And then they put annoying. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like what's going on, friend, that you want to just tell me that my video is annoying?" Like it was intense. So I did take that comment down, but whoever you are, friend, like I'm sending you some love and like guess what? If you don't like the video, just turn it off. Like I'm not here to like make sure that everyone feels comfortable. I'm just sharing. And if my sharing is not something you want to receive, then you do not have to. It was just fascinating. I had the impulse, of course, of like being afraid, like, oh, I'm in trouble, I did something wrong. But then reminding myself that, like, no, I'm not in trouble. Like, when other people are unhappy with me, it doesn't necessarily mean I did something wrong. And it's not my job to make them feel better. And y'all, have you seen the Shiny Happy People documentary on Prime about the Duggar family? Okay, I do not have time to talk about this at length today because my meeting's going to start in any minute. I'm just going to sew with you until it starts. But oh my word. So I was raised in evangelical Christianity and I knew that it was cult like and like pretty intense. But watching this sort of documentary about the Duggar family and the IBLP, which is the Institute of Basic Life Principles that their like religious practices were based on, I was shocked to realize that basically that was how I was raised too. Not so much like, yes, in my home to a certain extent, but my home was a little bit more liberal, But the Baptist Christian school that I went to, I swear, they must have been reading these IBLP, like wisdom books, is what they called them. Oh my gosh, just so many things. But that being afraid of being in trouble thing is directly a result of those teachings. I can't believe it. Like these teachings on the umbrella of authority that has to be over you. Like you need to have, like, God is the big umbrella that's over everybody. Then under that is the man, and under that is the wife, and under that is the children. And that, like, Satan is going to get to you if you don't stay under those umbrellas of authority, which means like complete submission, which, yeah, wow, validating to why I have so much fear about getting in trouble, so much fear about doing things wrong, so much like inability to, um, well, I wouldn't say inability because I am doing it. Like I am living an independent life outside of all of those umbrellas. There is no authority over me at this point. I am my own authority, which is wild and probably why my nervous system has a lot of trouble not being afraid all of the time because I'm literally living what they said was gonna like make me like super susceptible to Satan and stuff. So it makes sense that even though logically I know that I'm really safe and that what I'm doing is great, I still have this like probably nervous system response to this training from when I was so little about like having to submit to these authorities. It was just wild. It was really wild. Don't watch it if you have a lot of trauma around religious stuff, or maybe do. I mean, I would watch it again just because it was so validating. Like, I had no idea to what extent I had actually been, um, trained in that same teaching. And I tend to downplay my experience, like, oh, it wasn't as bad as some, because like we were allowed to wear pants, and like my mom was a pastor, so she wasn't like, for a lot of years she wasn't teaching men, but eventually she was preaching to men as well. And so like in that world, my family was very liberal, and like a lot of people thought we were going to hell because my mom, was in a position of leadership over men at times. And so like I always thought we were really liberal, but now that I see how much actually how close we were to those teachings in so many other ways, I realize why it felt really intense to me. Um, so anyways, it was fascinating, and I'm just like really wanting to give myself some extra grace in so many departments because I realized that that was a lot to experience as a young kid and a young person trying to like develop into adulthood, especially as someone who was assigned female at birth and was told that like my literal role was submission to men. And um yeah, it just makes everything makes so much sense. um so I'm trying to be really gentle with myself, and I'm nervous about this thing, but I'm trying to remind myself that like if she thinks I'm wackadoodle or not great, or just thinks, whatever she thinks about me, this person that I'm going to have this meeting with, is her business. I love that Byron Katie teaching that, like, whose business is it? There's only three kinds of business: your business, my business, and God's business. And, like, what people think of you is their business. And, if this goes terrible and she, like, doesn't come at all, or she tells me you're crazy and hangs up the phone, or she's just like generally thinks it's dumb and never wants to talk to me again, like I will still have all of the things that I have right now. I won't be in danger. This doesn't threaten anything. She's just a person, and she gets to think whatever she wants to think about me. And um, I remember that I had another meeting with her, and she was like 20 minutes late, so it's supposed to be starting right now. So I'm also just reminding myself that it's probably Jess. She's just one of those people who like is generally a little bit on the late side. Yep, it'll all be fine. And you know, if nothing else, I have you all. I have my slow stitching and I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I talk about this yet that I in therapy yesterday I just um really realized like I don't want to put so much pressure on myself to like do good or be good or accomplish anything significant. I just want to try to be peaceful and kind and um, go through life as best I can and love the people around me and try to find things that I enjoy and give myself the opportunity to enjoy them. So this is the perfect place for me, is just to be slow stitching and taking my time. And oh, the other thing is that like technically I'm done with work because for the summer because the schools are closed now. So that every time I feel anxious, like, oh, I'm not doing something productive, oh, I should be making something, you know, I should be trying to find a way to make money, to just remind myself like I am on vacation. I save up over the school year because the schools are closed in the summer and this is what makes sense. And a lot of other summers I've tried to get like summer work, but this summer I decided just to be peaceful because I'm in this training course and I just want to be able to focus on it. And so, yep, there's nothing to do. I'm on vacation. So that is going to be my mantra every time I get anxious and think like, oh no, I should be doing something. Like sometimes I think, okay, don't have a bunch of work to do, so I should like clean the entire house top to bottom. Nope, I don't have to. Why? Because first of all, the house doesn't need to be clean, super clean. I think medium clean is fine. Like, oh, and here's the person. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Wish me luck. Bye.